Carolyn, and today I'm going to teach you how to make an easy stir-fry dinner from vegetables you have in your refrigerator or freezer or from your local garden center or fruit stand. Okay, so first thing I'd like to do is start off with my vegetable broth, and I'm going to open that up. It can be any vegetable broth, and I'm going to go ahead and put that in my pot, and I'm going to turn that on high. And this is what I'm going to use to cook my rice instead of water. So we're going to go ahead and get that started, and we'll check it in a few moments to see how that is. And then I have my cast iron pan for my stir fry. I have a few knives here. So I like to start my stir fry with what I do with most things that I'm cooking is onion and garlic. So go ahead and peel this onion. And it can be any white onion, yellow onion, it really doesn't matter. And I like to make it little tiny pieces. And just be careful for your fingers. And as always, wash your hands before you start cooking. So I'm just going to go ahead and dice that up. So when I make my stir fry, I always like to use the ingredients that take the longest. That's what I start by putting in the pan first. So I will start with my onions. And I'm going to go ahead and put some olive oil in here. So here's my olive oil. And just coat the bottom of the pan. And go ahead and put that on pretty high, maybe medium high. Start that. And then my garlic, I know I pulled a couple cloves out. And if you haven't before, you just take the side of your knife and crush it. And that pops the skin off for you. This one as well. Go ahead and peel that. Move my onion off the side so I'm not crying on the film. Grab my garlic press, and I'm just going to go ahead and press that right into there. Next, let's go with our eggplant. This is just eggplant out of my garden. Oh, there goes a corn. So I'm just going to cut the ends. And then I'll peel it real fast. This might take a little longer to cook. So we'll go ahead and get that going. And this I'm just going to dice. I'm hearing something going on behind me with the vegetable broth, so I'm going to check that and see if that's boiling. Not quite, just about though. Probably by the time we cut up the next vegetable to go into our stir fry. So let's go ahead and do those carrots because they're hard and they'll take a bit. So I like different textures, different colors, different shapes in my stir fries. So that's something to consider. You don't want all white ingredients or red ingredients or orange, so it's nice to have an array of colors and textures when you're eating to keep it interesting. Keep those off to the side. Get our carrots in there, and then just those three. Nice thing about stir fry, there's no rhyme or reason. You can put in anything you like in there. All right. And then I have some cauliflower that I already rinsed and chopped up. Let's put that in there. So we have quite a few white things going on, so let's get some other colors. We have some tomatoes that I rinsed, some plum tomatoes out of the garden. Just take the ends off. And let's see how much that looks like before we, and I'm going to just quarter it and then cut it again. And it's fine to keep the skins on when you're doing stir fries. Don't worry about that. They cook up fine. And again, just little cubes on this. Oops, I bet you my rice is ready. Yep, that's boiling. Let's turn that down. And we just need a 1 cup measuring cup. I love the jasmine rice. I found that recently. So for this stir fry, I'm just going to scoop out 2 cups of jasmine rice. And it cooks right in that vegetable broth. So we'll go ahead and we turn that down a little. Let's stir that. Nice. We'll let that go ahead and cook. And then we're back to our tomatoes. This is just like how you cook at home, I'm sure. Add a little rice. Add a little tomato. Yeah, I think that's nice amount. Some red pepper. Spice that up and put that in. I think you're getting the idea though. Basically anything that you like can go in your stir fry. And it's a quick meal that's delicious. I know a lot of people are into meatless Mondays now. So maybe for your Monday dinner, you can make yourself a nice vegetable stir fry. There we go. Some more red. I have some so that was a red bell pepper. And now I'm adding, I had some cubanelles out of my garden. They're a nice sweet pepper. Just going to pop out the seeds. You can just even break out the ends just like that. Could be a little quicker. So I'm just slicing them. Now, funny thing is, if you plant your cubanelles or any pepper next to a hot pepper plant, sometimes they'll cross-pollinate and you might end up with a cubanelle shape with a little spice to it. These are sweet, so we're fortunate. We do always plant a little hot pepper though, so we learned the hard way. Oh. Okay. Go ahead and put those cubanelles in there, and let's give that a little stir. It's really starting to look like something already. Now, if you don't have a cast iron pan, any pan will do. I just like my cast irons. I am going to add a little hot pepper. Do be careful when you touch them with the seeds. Sometimes you can pop the seeds out to make it not as spicy. I'm just going to go ahead and slide those out. And you don't want to touch your eyes after touching a hot pepper. I'm just going to put a little bit in there. and maybe more finely chop the hot pepper than you would anything else, so somebody's not burning their mouth too much. A little spice, but not too much. So go ahead and add that to our stir fry. I have some zucchini here that I had used for my zucchini bread earlier, so I have a few pieces left. Go ahead and put those in here. So you see how easy this is. And I'm just cubing this as well. This won't take too much longer. By the time the rice cooks, let's check on that. Oh, that's cooking a little too fast. We got to bring that down a little. So now we have some corn. This I didn't cook already, so I'm just going to go ahead and slice that off the cob. Fresh corn. I'm going to add that to our stir fry. Why not? They'll cook right in there. Give it a nice texture, a little pop. It's really cooking up nice. I would say probably another 10 minutes like this. And then should be in pretty good shape. Let's add our salt and pepper. And if you've watched me before, you know I just add salt like this, right out of the container, as well as my pepper. And then for a little fun, we're going to let this cook for a little bit. Maybe another, I said 10 minutes, but I think 5. And then we'll come back and we'll add, I like to add a little frozen corn and a little edamame. Okay, I'll be back. So our stir fry is looking great, almost finished. And you can tell by tasting one of the hardest items, like I tasted the carrot, so I'm just going to add maybe a quarter bag of this edamame just to give it a little different texture and a different flavor, some green to my stir fry, and some peas. While our rice is finishing, just about done. I like to use, these are from Aldi's, they're just a couple teriyaki or General Tso's, or they even have an orange flavor too. And I don't seem to see that in the fridge right now. Oh, here it is. An orange flavor. They're delicious with this stir fry. But I mean, any sauces, you can even make a homemade sauce if you like. But if not, any of these are delicious with this stir fry. So I think that we're ready to plate. So we're going to go ahead and turn this off. I'm going to grab myself a couple. So I think you can see that, how beautiful that is. We can check our rice. I think our rice is in pretty good shape. I'm going to just go ahead and plate for you so that way you can see what it looks like. I'm going to take a scoop of that rice and put that at the bottom. Keep that covered up, let that cook a little bit longer. And then I will take a nice scoop of this, put it in the center. And there we go, a delicious dinner in 20 minutes. I hope you enjoyed this episode of What's Cooking at GCLS. And if you like it, our cooking programs, just like us on Facebook, follow us on YouTube, and if there is something that you would like us to cook for you, just let us know. Bon appetit!